through the first 3 weeks, who on defense has grayed out? Who's been your most consistent performer?
Secondary, Kareem's done really well. Armand. Bly's played well when he's been in there. He's played limited. Gump played outstanding last week. I mean, he just shut the guy down. Did great. So we've had a lot of really good individual performers. Our biggest thing on defense has been just blown coverages, and we've given up 35 of the total points we've given up have been off just leaving somebody just blowing a coverage. Which, we're also facing. After this week, we would have faced the number 1, number 2 offense in the country. So. But it's not really that as much as the tempo, and then we're young, and we've made some youthful mistakes. But linebacker obviously is great to get Salamo back, but DJ's played his best football, and he's had to play Sam and Will and had to play both of them. I've been really proud of Carlos. I mean, Carlos is really played hard. And done a great job at a lot of things when he's in there, and he's got a lot of heart. His teammates really like him too. He's got a great spirit. Up front on the defensive line, I mean, we've played solid. We've got to get after. We got to get after the quarterback when we do. We need to make the tackle. I think we were a little bit. Last week I was a little disappointed there. And then the biggest thing on defense we got to improve upon is we got to get takeaways and we got to tackle better. And so much of what we're doing has a lot to do with just the fundamentals, tracking, taking the proper angle, and those things. So, but defensively, we've played well at times. The key is consistency, and and it's been different. We've been different in what we've been doing. So, I'd say on the whole defense, I mean, the most consistent player, if you had wanted me to pick one, which only for you I would do that, is I'd say Kareem Moore.
In regards to Salamo, with him being out, I would assume he didn't get a lot of first-team looks on defense in practice. Is that just something?
He's repped quite a bit. He repped the entire camp and all training camp. He was with the ones the whole time. And then he repped with the 2s up until a week before the first game, and then he's gone with the scout team the last 2 weeks, and so he's repped against the first offense. So I look, he's a veteran, so it'll be a little bit of a curve. I know one thing, it's nice having him back.
Can you tell the difference just recently?
I'm in a lot better mood. He's just he's one of the smartest players, and he's just a guy that calms everything down. And our players really kind of look to him as the communicator. So much of college football, man, this fast tempo stuff, it's tough, and so you got to have guys that can communicate. So he and Lau and Armand are the communicators. So that's nice to have all 3 of them in the game.
You talked about the need to do a better job pass rushing, especially for players. But at the same time, with having facing quick release quarterbacks, isn't that?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good point. The the ball's out in 1.5 to 2 seconds, so you can play off, or you can bump it up, and then you're going to have to defend the fade. So we've played off, and we've given up some things underneath, and really the things we've given up vertical, have been busted coverages, like we're in cover 3 and they throw a home run post. We don't have a middle of the field safety and stuff like that. It's things that shouldn't happen, but we're learning and we're growing, and we're a young team, young secondary, and getting better. So, but we got to eliminate those things, and I think we've made great progress. We'll see. We're going to face one of the best in the country this week.
How do you get your defense to, and you went through this in week 2, you're playing another high-powered offense, that when you give up something, put it behind you. And
our kids have character. I mean, they don't just fall apart when something happens, They don't just blow with the wind, and which is, a lost trait. I think that our guys have character. I think the one thing that I can say, and the whole time I've been here, my guys ain't going to give up. and they're going to respond. We've always responded. And because I think what we're teaching, the values we're teaching in our program, I think it really resonates with the kids. We got good kids. That's why they don't, we blew 4 coverages, and you say, how does that happen? Well, I can tell you that ball, they're moving that pace 100 miles an hour, and that quarterback was special. As the one this week's very good as well, but. How you do that is just what you're made of. We talk to our guys about, when you face adversity, that's when you find out what your true character is and what you're about. And where I think we're in the 5th year. I mean, I can think back over the 4 years, UCLA, USC last year. You have those 3 or 4 minute segments where just, it just, you have bad things happen to you. And, you got to get up and you got to go on. That's what we're teaching guys. That's a life lesson. No matter, you got to get up off the ground. So that's kind of how we do that. But we don't go into the game like we're going out there to stop them on every drive. We're going out there to score on every drive. We're going out there with very specific goals. And so we play every snap. I guess we really work them conditioned to play every snap. And so, you just can't. You got to learn from the things that happen bad to you, but you got to be able to pick up and move on. So, and I think we've gotten better at that. That's one thing that impressed me last week about our football team, is that there was no panic. Okay, and I was trying really hard to look like I wasn't panicking, but there was no panic. I was a little nervous though, just a little bit. But you know what I mean? You're playing, you signed up to play with the big boys. This is a big boy league. There's a lot of scoring offenses in this league, the people we play. We chose to play Texas Tech and add to that. So, that's good. That's what we want to do. But all we're interested in is the end result. And getting to the end result the right way and doing it with the right people. And so I'm proud of how they respond.
You obviously go into every game wanting to play well the first and the second quarter, but would you say that the halftime adjustments so far have been really effective? Because it looks like you're able to overcome some of it.
People ask me about halftime adjustments all the time. I really think that's if you wait till halftime to adjust, you're going to be getting clobbered. You know what I'm saying? That's when you see those things happen in a game where they score so many times you turn. The key, is we have to adjust each series, and really coming in at halftime, it's all about the players dialing in and getting refocused and understanding that, man, hey, it's how you finish. We've got to finish, and we've trained our guys to do it that way. So we make halftime adjustments, but it's usually something that just happened at the end of the second quarter, You just can't. It's just not what you think. It's just subtle. There's subtle things, that you have to adjust and do. And college football is a personnel deal. It's about styles and personnel. And so I'm trying on offense to get the ball to our best guy on their less guy. And we're trying to make sure they don't get their best guy on our less guy. So, that's kind of how it all works. And then trying to minimize risk. And then finding your identity of who you are. It's really important, no matter good, bad, or indifferent, you have an identity. And so that's significant. All right.